Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Persona 3 FES. Previously, we took care of a bunch of requests, a lot more than I thought we would take care of, and we hung out with Bakichi and Mitsuko for the first time in what felt like forever, and it's good to see them in high spirits. And we also got to hang out with Maiko, the little girl that resides in Nakanaki Shrine. So we managed to start her social link recently, but we haven't got much further than that. And here we have Akihiko explaining what full assault is. It's pretty much what I thought it would be, just the party members going all out on their attacks without healing or supporting other party members whatsoever. So today we're gonna continue to live our lives as normal, because the exams are coming up relatively soon, so we're gonna have that to look forward to. Actually, I want to know where everyone else is. It's just the two senpai here. I had to imagine that everyone else is on the second floor. Or not. Third floor, perhaps? And Survey says, well, there's Yukari and Fuka here. I don't see Junpei. I want to know where everyone else is. What you guys are doing. It's good to do your best all the time. But it's not good if everyone is out of step because they're all trying too hard. I guess that's supposed to be like some sort of message about balance. You know, I think Mitsuru Senpai spends too much time thinking about all this. She would probably do just about anything to annihilate the shadows. But don't you think that's a little obsessive? Yeah, maybe. There are a lot of old sayings about maintaining balance in life. They also warn against being too obsessive. So I guess both balance and Mitsuru probably not telling us enough about this whole shadow situation. Let's see if Junpei is in his room before I do head out for the night. Yeah, he is in his room, but it's not responding. Oh yeah, he's studying, that's why. I totally forgot. Last episode, he just wanted to ignore so much that he actually wanted to go study. So like I said, hell must have frozen over if he actually wanted to do that. I hope he gets over his little jealousy soon though, because I don't like seeing him like that. Because we didn't do anything to affect him whatsoever. We're just doing our job and trying to help Mitsuru in taking down the shadows. But Junpei's just getting a little jealous about us, I guess, being the hero in his eyes. But it's really been a team effort all this time. Yeah, there's nothing else to do at the arcade because we only got Wednesdays and Saturdays to level up our social links, our academics, but social links can also happen at nighttime as well, though those will come in due time as well. And there's nothing else I could do here. You know, it probably wasn't a good idea to call the Polonium Ball to begin with. Mainly because I'm just don't have anything to do with Polonium Ball right now. I'm just so used to going to the mall because usually that's where I spend most of my time with in terms of these back social link runs. So it's pretty surprising to see that we don't have anything to do at Polonium Mall right now. Granted, I could go hang out with the monk again, but I don't think I have a Tower Persona fused yet. And I would like to get that fused straight away before I go speak with the monk again. So that's why I really haven't got to talk to him since then. Or at least since the first time we met him. So the only thing we can do is just study for the night. And our academics have increased even further. We studied just enough that we didn't get tired again. Still really paranoid about the whole tired condition thing that's been very, very active lately. So ridiculous at just how often Makoto's been getting tired in this series. And speaking of Junpei, there he is. Hope he's cooled off since last night. You know, exams are coming up, just studying. Yes, I have been. I'm pretty surprised to see that you were studying last night, though I'm pretty sure you had your reasons. Okay, apparently he hasn't got over it yet. Then why bother talking to us and walking to school with us to begin with, Junpei? Sometimes you don't make sense. Now we got Mr. Ono again. We're up to Taira no Masakado, the turning point of the era of samurai. It all began from infighting among the Tyra clan. Their conflict escalated until the Imperial Court intervened. Masakato was pursued by the Imperial Court, no choice but to oppose them, and that became the War of Masakato. I don't look like anything like a samurai, but let's see if you know this one. Of course, I get picked on because the teachers always love to pick on me. What title did Masakato claim for himself? I'm pretty sure you just said it yourself. It was the Imperial Prince. Yeah, I thought so. This will be on the exam next week, so be prepared. Let's skip forward a little to the Kamakura era. Wow, I can't believe I was taking too much time to say that. The samurai's presence begins to be felt in history. Well, at least he's finally getting excited about that. And this year, Kamakura Shogunate was established. Yes, we're there. And he's really getting into it now. He is so into it, now that we finally got to the point that he's been excited for. Though, I can't say the same for everyone else. Something's going on here. I wonder what this is about. You received a text message. It's from Akihiko. Ikutsuki-san is coming tonight. He has something to tell us. We'll meet him on the 4th floor as soon as everyone is back. Okay, a little meeting with Ikutsuki-san. No one's scheduled for tonight. I feel like we've been meeting him a lot as of late. I know we did that quite a bit before the shadow. Well, not the shadows, the full moon came around, but we've been seeing him around the dorm a lot as of late. Yeah, I know. Senpai is really smart when it comes to education, especially when exam time comes around. But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to balance out my studying to get a good score on the exam this time, much better than last time. Since it's Saturday, actually before I do anything else, I completely forgot to feed the cat a 3rd time. I promised myself to feed him every day we could since we started this request, but of course I missed out one day because my mind was just elsewhere at the time. Hope you're not too mad at me, little kitty. He seems happy. Good. Eyes are more open now. You come back and feed some more if I can help here, so tomorrow will be the final day we'll be able to feed the cat. That's provided I don't have anything else going at the time. I think I might have a date coming up. I don't really remember for sure. No, I don't actually, but that will be Maya Day, so that cat will have to wait till Monday. Or at least until the exams are done, actually. Oh well. So the thing I want to do today is go back to Nakanaki Shrine. I don't think I have a fused Hangman persona yet? Actually I do, there's Inugami, but I don't think it'll be necessary to hang out with Michael again since we're only at level 1 or Social Link. It seems Michael wants to play with you. You like to spend some time with her? Yes, I would. What should we do? Well, that's up to you, Michael, whatever you feel like. Especially what I learned about you recently. And your home life is not really the best. So this should be a good distraction from her thinking about that. Can we go the Wild Duck Burger? Yeah, sure, if you're feeling hungry. I wonder which toy they're giving out today. Ah, to be young again. And to look forward to finding toys as you check out these chain food establishments. Hours flew by as you enjoyed a tasty meal. Even though it doesn't look like we finished our meal yet. This is yummy, I love going out to eat. Because Mom and Dad never argue when we go out to eat. Probably because they don't want to make a fuss in public. They never used to argue. Have to believe me. But why would they get a divorce? Ooh, that is a very tough question to answer. Honestly, I don't think I have the right answer about that. I think it's fell off love. It's probably your fault. Why don't you ask them? I'm pretty sure she's done that before, but that really didn't work out. Maybe we'll go for this. Fell out of love? That was the most harsh answer to give, but saying those other two I don't think would have been any better. still want to get a divorce. Do they really hate me that much? Divorce is dumb. I hate it. And now she's crying. You gotta find a way to calm her down. Maybe we should... Oh man, what to do? What to do? I think I'll wait for her to finish. If I try to calm her down, then that might just aggravate things. Don't be embarrassed about that. You're still a little kid. You're still very in touch with your emotions. Try to put on a brave face despite all that. She is a very, very brave girl. The short time we come to know her, that's one thing I can definitely say about Maiko. She finds some way to try and persevere in the face of adversity. That's something that I don't really see a lot of kids actually. Though then again, who am I to judge? I don't really get out that much. I guess I should go. That late already? I think it is. Anytime, Maiko. Anytime you need a friend, just wait at Naganaki Shrine. I'll be sure to come around.
So that's what happened on the night of the 7th. It was a difficult operation.
I see. They're getting tougher. But it's not all bad news. I called today's meeting because...
I'm sorry. Before we go on, I'd like to ask Mitsuru-senpai something.
Me?
Since I've joined, so many things have happened. I went along with it without really understanding what was going on. But now I need to know. I'm gonna ask you straight out. You've been hiding something from us, haven't you, Senpai? You act like you don't know anything about the Dark Hour in Tartarus. But they're related to that accident 10 years ago, aren't they?
What accident?
There was an explosion near our school, and a lot of people died. It must have been big news back then. You know about it, don't you?
Yes.
Luckily, no students were injured. But around the same time, a large number of students were recorded as absent. Seems like more than just a coincidence.
What do you mean?
I dug up some old school records and found something interesting. The students who were absent, they all collapsed suddenly and had to be hospitalized. Sound familiar? You know, like the girls who bullied Fuka. There has to be an explanation. What really happened on the day of that accident? The Kirijo group built our school, so you must know something. Tell me the truth.
I wasn't trying to hide anything from you. It just never seemed relevant. But...
It's okay. It's not your fault.
all right. I'll tell you the whole story. The shadows have many mysterious abilities. Some research indicates that they can even affect time and space. We think of them as our enemies, but what if we could somehow use them to our advantage? They would be a source of unimaginable power, wouldn't they?
What?
14 years ago, one man pursued that line of thinking. He was the former leader of the Kirijo group, Koetsu Kirijo. My grandfather. My grandfather was obsessed with shadows. He wanted to harness their power and create something extraordinary.
Harness their power?
He assembled a team of scientists, and over several years collected a significant number of shadows.
He what? Damn, that's freaking crazy!
However, 10 years ago, during the final stages of the experiment, they lost control of the shadow's power. Consequently, the nature of the world was altered.
You mean?
Yes, Tartarus and the Dark Hour. By their account, the mass of shadows they collected split into several large ones that then dispersed. These are the shadows we've been encountering on nights when the moon is full.
Is that why they've appeared in different places? Wait a minute. If what you said is true, then why did our school turn into Tartarus? Don't tell me. That's where they conducted the experiment?
Yes.
Then those students who were hospitalized.
I'm afraid it's just as you're thinking. Port Island must have been an ideal location for them. It was a highly populated area, and the Kirijo group had influence there. They could do as they pleased. As you guessed, the experiment 10 years ago was conducted at Gekukan High School.
Does that mean all we've been doing is cleaning up their mess? You lied to us? You knew, too, didn't you, Senpai? They've just been using us. Or do you not care as long as you get to fight?
That's not true. I have my reasons.
Think what you'd like. It was my decision not to share that information. I'm sorry. I never intended to deceive you. Convincing you to join SEAS was my highest priority. As absurd as it may seem, only we, with our personas, can fight the shadows.
How could you?
Besides, some of us were never given a choice.
Mitsuru, don't.
Yukari, it's those in the past who are to blame. And they lost their lives as a result of what they did. We're all in the same boat here. None of us deserve the burden that's been thrust upon us.
But...
It's been 10 years since that incident. No one knows why those shadows suddenly returned. But since they're active, at least we can find and destroy them. Do you realize what this means? What if I told you that those 12 shadows are the cause of everything?
Then if we defeat them all, Tartarus and the Dark Hour will disappear?
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. See, it's good news, isn't it?
Is that true?
There's evidence to support it. Now, our true battle begins. Regardless of what's happened in the past, we must fight to protect the people. The shadows are gaining strength. We can't afford to just wait for them. And there are many mysteries still surrounding Tartarus. Why did such a gigantic structure appear in the first place? The answer must lie within it.
Well, it looks like we finally know about the accident from 10 years ago, and man, did we learn a lot. It looks like that just created a massive unsettling atmosphere now in the dorm. You seem so calm, dude. Must be because you could do anything. No matter what happens, you could always protect yourself, right? You're always so confident. I wish I could be like that. Junpei-kun. The only thing anyone knows about Tartarus is that it creates shadows. Other than that, we're all in the dark. Yeah, some more than others, but not us anymore. We all know now what was the story behind that accident now. I wasn't planning on going to Tartarus, unfortunately. Us? Since Junpei-kun doesn't understand what's going on, go to review with him. Good. But if we defeat all 12 shadows, then I won't have any more use for my persona. Man, it's such an amazing power. I can't let it go to waste. Well, this power's gotta disappear eventually, Junpei. I mean, do you want to keep fighting shadows forever? It might sound like a good idea on paper, but I don't think you would really want that, though I can't really tell you what you want. I'm very sorry about everything. If there's anything you'd like to know about, please ask. So in case you need to know or have a refresher on what we just learned, then we could ask Ikusuke about these various topics. The 12 shadows, how the public reacted, and about Mitsuru and Akihiko. So like we said, this option, in the end, over 50 people were injured in the accident, and the media placed full blame on the Karijo group for the tragedy. Well, they did conduct the experiment, so can't really see anyone else to blame. They singled out one researcher in particular, declaring him the main culprit behind it all. Whether this was actually true or not was not the issue. The public was looking for someone to vent their hurt and anger on. So they chose him, even though he was a victim himself. Their wrath was unparalleled. The darker side of mankind was most certainly on display during that time. Yeesh, I really feel sorry for whoever became the scapegoat of all that anger for the public. So let's see, anything about the 12 shouts we don't know yet. A substantial number of shouts were consolidated into a single entity. Its power was immense, far greater than any of the shouts currently in Tartarus. Experiments were performed on it, and an unfortunate accident took place, dividing the entity into 12 shadows. As we know, that was the explosion that was conducted at what we now consider to be Gecko High. The shadows only appeared during a full moon, and that's about it. Now what about our senpai? Under the pretense that she was assisting the group, she was subjected to the experiment for many years. So Mitsuru wasn't born with the ability to summon a persona. She was forced to learn how. And based on what Mitsuru told us, she wasn't the only one. But what about Akihiko? What's his story? I've known him and Mitsuru for a long time. In fact, Akihiko joined us when he was only in middle school, so that should give you an idea just how far SEES really goes back. At that time, we had a third member as well. But I digress. However, we already know who that is, and that is Shinjiro. Because we did learn from his last video with Akihiko, we saw that he's a Persona user as well, and was a member of Season one time. I don't think it's a good idea to actually see the news right now. We should go see everyone else and see how they're taking this exposition dump that we're just reacting to. It caused trouble for you. We shouldn't see each other for some time. Perhaps you should study. I'm about to review my notes now. Studying actually helps to take your mind off things. That's probably a good point. Besides, exams are coming up anyways. Sorry, I don't feel like talking to anyone right now. I don't blame you, Kari. Yeah, we got exams to focus on, especially now with what we just learned. It might be a bit more difficult to study, but we gotta push through. After all, those marks really do matter in high school. So with that massive amount of information that we just learned, we're gonna stop for today. I know we didn't do much, but after learning what we just learned, I don't think I can top what just happened today. So next time, we're gonna transition into Sunday and hang out with Maya, and then shortly afterwards, exams should be starting. So we're gonna study before any of that happens, and try to cope with what we just discovered tonight. Until we meet again, farewell for now.